paused it. Let me give me a second. I had a few questions on that.
Okay, that sounds
I'll
good.
bring it up.
Gotcha. Is that going to be on the quiz itself?
Yes.
Okay, awesome. I'll pull that up too.
Great. Well, kind of wanted to verify some of my answers on a couple questions, and then a couple of them I just didn't understand.
Okay.
Um, so for three, I got purple and big A and little a.
Dominant homozygous recessive. Okay, and then so I can't like really like fully say yes or no, but you're on the right track with those. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
And with that being said, the ratio is going to be like 3 to 1 since only one of them came out white, correct? Which would be number four, question four.
Right. So when you do cross those two homozygous individuals, you'll usually see a phenotypic ratio of 3 to 1, right? With like the dominant phenotype being purple, being the three, and then the white being one, right?
Okay, cool.
Yes.
Um, and then for question eight, the recitation that was done that Aaron did,
Hmm.
um, he got the answer for well, they got the answer for glow coloring and long fins as 3/16. And that is the answer for, I mean that looks like an answer for number nine, but I guess I
Okay.
was kind of confused.
I see. So when they did the cross on the recitation video, was it these two fish specifically, or was it like the cross down here for question nine, where it
It
was
was
one
those two fish, yes.
down here?
No, sir. The eight, number eight,
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
there you
So it
go.
was these two. So
Yeah.
okay, so on the recitation, I'm actually I don't remember it off the top of my head. But looking at this question specifically, so you're saying like it's a little confusing because 3/16 isn't like a option here?
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm saying. Because I mean, the 3/16 pops up on question nine, which I thought would pop up on question eight as an option because that's the one we did. They did over on that recitation video with those two examples from the top.
Gotcha. Okay. Yeah, that is confusing. Um, but looking at this question, I think it's not 3/16 just because both of these fish are glow colored. Um, yeah, that's weird that it's the same cross in the video and that it's not the right answer or like it's not a possible answer. But the correct answer is listed in one of these four options, and that's just because looking at the cross between these two glowfish, which I think are big G, little g, possibly for
Ye-
this genotype.
yes, they're both G, yeah, big G, and the with the
Okay,
black background has a is big F.
gotcha. Okay, so you're gonna have like a, let's see, let me write here so I don't forget what we're doing. Okay, so we're gonna have big G, little g, and then the one on the left is what, little f for the long fins.
Um,
I don't know. He mentions this on the video,
wait,
right?
wait, wait, wait. Yes, yes, yes.
Okay, perfect.
The one with the longer fins, I got uh big G, little two little Fs,
Okay,
and then
perfect.
black background is big G, big F, little F.
Gotcha. So when you do that, I always like to set up two little Punnett squares, kind of like Aaron does on the video. So yeah,
Yeah.
looking at the heterozygous cross between these two, you're going to have what, 50% having a glow coloring or being heterozygous. And then when you cross this big F with little f, you're going to also have, let me see here actually, it'll be two fours and long fins. So long fins are the little f. Oh, actually, you're gonna have 3/4 here. having the glow coloring, right? Because you're going to have one big G, and then two big G, little g's. So you're going to have
Yeah.
3/4
Okay.
times what is this going to be? It's going to be one, or technically 2/4. So yeah, you
Yeah.
should be able to get your answer from that. Yeah, that's interesting that it's 3/16. I kind of want to check that slide after this, but
Yeah, also not because I mean, obviously because this is new information, but I could be wrong, but I did look at it 3 times to compare the fish. I so and I was like, wait, expected to have glow coloring and long fins. And I read it over, I swear 3 times. So and it said 3/16 and then the video ended because it was only like a 4 minute long video. Um,
okay.
so there is a slight chance I am wrong, but I did I did look at it several times. So
Yeah.
I mean if you look at it, I mean just to because if it's wrong and that's where we're getting, the information, then that's probably not accurate.
Gotcha, gotcha. And it was specifically like the one on the recitation video was glow coloring and long fins. Well, I guess it wouldn't matter the fins, but because it's possible that the only way it would be that 3/16 is if it was normal coloring and long fins.
Yeah, which would be, I mean, the following question.
Definitely. Okay.
Um, but yeah, I'm almost
Gotcha.
certain. Okay, the last one was question
Oh,
10.
perfect. Get rid of this real quick. Question 10. Okay, using the genotypes identified in question 6, which of the following is a possible genotype in the F1 generation? Okay, so we have the same dark background one, which was what? Big G, little f, or big G,
Big G,
little
little
g,
G,
big F,
big F,
little.
little
Okay,
F. And then that one is little
what?
G, little G, little F, little F.
Okay, so it's going to be homozygous recessive for both.
Oh, excuse me, wait, I put the wrong one. That is
Oh, you're good.
little G, little G, big F, little F.
Oh, big F, little f. I like the ability to annotate on Zoom, but man, it's hard sometimes. Okay, yeah, big F, little f. Okay,
Just connecting the letters.
gotcha. So, um, possible genotypes of the F1 generations of the cross. Okay, so when looking at this question, I would just go through all three of these options and see if there's a possibility that a cross between these two individuals could result in offspring with that genotype.
Okay, so like well, considering I mean isn't it I mean all answers are possible.
Right, and that's just because looking at big G crossed with little g, you can have both big G or little g as possible offspring for glow. And then, yeah, looking at the heterozygous cross between, or for gene F, you can have all three possibilities, either homozygous dominant, heterozygous, or homozygous recessive. So that covers, yeah, all three of these possible
I got you. I
genotypes.
think I'm overthinking it just a just a tad bit.
Okay. No, that's no problem. Yeah, that's
Thank
a
you
good
very much.
question. Yeah, of course. Yeah, it's definitely important that you hammer down this idea of, independent assortment, laws of segregation, because everything that you'll learn after this just kind of builds off of it. So this is like almost the foundational knowledge. And even though, you'll learn that a lot of phenotypes in organisms don't follow independent assortment because, there's gene interactions, and like um, the distances on the actual chromosomes between genes actually matters because they might be linked. as you'll learn. So understanding this really well is super helpful. So yeah, those are really good questions.
Yeah, does it say glowing or normal fins?
No, this
Does
says long fins. Oh, okay. So long fin.
to have see how many offspring from this cross are expected to have glow coloring and long fins
I
was the
see. Okay,
question.
so the long fin is homozygous recessive. Okay. So I guess that makes sense with the long fin. Now, I'm actually going to check the answer just to be sure.
Of it being either the six six sixteens or the 3/16.
Right, because you're completely right. Just looking at this question, where it's, yeah, or, oh, so
And everything's matching, right? Thing like
I'm pretty sure, yeah, because how many offspring from this cross are expected to have glow coloring and long
oh, let's
fins?
go through the fish though. Let's see if they're correct, if we're putting them correct. G little G, yeah, yes.
Yeah, so
Um,
this is just looking at actually, this example's just looking at um, oh my God, what am I thinking of? A dihybrid cross of big G, little g
oh,
times big G, little g over here, and then big F cross with big F, big F, little f over here. But I don't know where those genotypes are coming from because so I guess it would just be like if you cross this fish with itself, but that's not really what the question's asking.
yeah, it looks like either somebody or someone kind of were looking at both either doing the quiz and the recitation at the same time and maybe got confused or something.
It's possible. Yeah, I
It
mean,
kind of
yeah. Yeah, we usually try to check any changes we make to the recitation itself or the recitation quizzes. And yeah, it's possible there was just a slight mix up. But regardless, the question that you have on the quiz, um, you just want to use the genotypes that you find from or that you get from the recitation video, and you should be able to get the right answer. Let's see here. Yeah, so what we did together, right now, like doing like the 3/4 times 2/4, that's correct. That should lead you to the right answer. But it looks like on the slides, Aaron is crossing two dihybrids, which would be like two of these glowfish with the black background crossing with itself. And the point of that is to kind of hammer away at the ratio that you get from a dihybrid cross using independent assortment or like Mendel's laws, which should be a 9:3 to 3:1 ratio. And this is an example of one of those threes where you have one dominant phenotype, which is the glow coloring, and one recessive phenotype, which is the long fin.
Okay. All right.
Good catch, though. Thank you, Margarita. Make sure to change that for next time.
For sure.
Yeah. Haley, did you have any questions about the recitation quiz?
Actually, I was stuck on the same thing. So,
Perfect. Okay. I guess that's helpful.
yeah.
I like that we can pause these quizzes and then ask you questions and like submit them later on. That's really helpful.
True, true. Yeah, that is a helpful thing. Sometimes like Canvas is annoying, but I feel like it has a lot of helpful features too, such as this.